Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received, and the translation of that message reads like this. There is one of our sister who is saying that she is working in Durban for this other South African couple, and the message that she sent to me, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nash, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I have been working here in South Africa ever since when I came here in the year 2015. Life has been very difficult for me. Just now when I thought that God had blessed me, because I used to do some piece jobs for this other woman, she then told me that her niece was no longer staying in Johannesburg. She's now staying here in Durban, and she was looking for a maid specifically that is from Zim. I was so excited. Even when I went to see her, she was all happy, saying that you people from Zim, I love you because you work very hard. And she was complaining, but I did not feel good because she was complaining in front of her South African maid, making her to feel so bad. She then said that her maid was going to be working in Joburg, just taking care of the house back in Joburg, and I was the one that was going to take care of everything in the residence that is now their primary residence here in Durban, because I'm from Zim and I am a hard worker. Now I don't know, is it because I'm a hard worker or they just want to use me for their rituals? Is these things that rich people do just for fun? I really need help. This woman then told me that they were going to build a small cottage, but it is a one-roomed cottage at their house. We are staying in the estate. They have a lot of money. I do not want to lie to you, Brother Nash. The way that they have money, you will never imagine. These people, they told me that the money that they can pay me each and every month, it is about 10K, 9K, or 8K, depending. They know what they mean when they say that, depending. So I started working for this couple, and I said, God, you are so great. I want to thank you for everything that you have done for me. So I have been working for them for a few months now. So where my problem is right now is that I really do not know what else to do. Should I agree or should I just refuse? Because these people, they have since told me that I have to take care of their pet. So they have this other pet of theirs, and this pet, Brother Nashi, what it does is that it just spends the whole day just going around the lawn. It is a tortoise that they own. This tortoise, I have to give it food. This tortoise, it even eats cooked eggs. I have to cook eggs. I even put some herbs in the eggs that I would have cooked, and I even give it bacon, bread with polony, and I have to give it fruit juice. This is what this tortoise eats. Now I'm scared because what these people are saying is that they just want me to stay with this tortoise at night. As for now, this tortoise, it is a little tortoise house that is close to the Braai area. There is a little tortoise house that they bought for it. So at night, this tortoise, it goes into its tortoise house. But now they say that they want me to sleep with this tortoise in my room. They say that they will make a nice comfortable place for it in my room. It is a tortoise, my madam boss said. It is not going to disturb you. I'm so scared. And they said that they are going to increase my salary. I don't know by how much. They said that I do not have to worry anymore. They can even bring my kids here to South Africa, and they can try to take my kids to school until when I do not want to work for them anymore. Why are they giving me all of these favors? This maid, when I spoke with her, she told me that she used to work for the woman's father. She was the one who raised this woman, and she has been their maid for a very long time. And she is the one that they must trust more than me because I'm from Zim. Is it because they say that we people from Zim are very hardworking, or they are just looking forward to use me for rituals? Are there any other maids that are working for wealthy couples? Do you also look after strange pets? I'm so confused right now as to what am I supposed to do. Hey, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Let us try to speak with our dear sister in the comment section. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Will you agree to look after a pet that eats bacon? This pet is enjoying it. Eats bread and bacon and Polony fruit juice. Does a tortoise drink fruit juice? Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Then there is another message that was sent to me by one of our sister. The message reads like this: Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I am a Zimbabwean woman. I want you to read my confession on a Sunday so that people can know that when they say that they are going to church, they are going straight into a spiritual warfare that they do not even understand. So I joined Satanism when I was still very young. I had this other elder at church who knew that I was very intelligent in school, but my parents, they were very poor. So this woman then spoke with my parents, and then I started staying with the elder. So the husband did not even know that his wife was a Satanist. How I got to find out that she was a Satanist, there was this other room where she used to tell us that she did not want us to ever get into that room. And one day I woke up and I saw myself, I was outside. This used to happen so late at night when we would have gone to bed. Then I would find myself standing outside just for a couple of minutes. Then I would see myself in the spare bedroom again. One night I saw myself outside and I was like, blood of Jesus, because I was scared. And then that was when I heard that the elder's wife, she was crying. In her yard, there were this couple of banana trees, and she was hiding herself in the middle of those banana trees, and she was crying. I walked towards her and she said, why did you say blood of Jesus? Now you are burning me. All of a sudden, I then woke up and I saw that we were in that forbidden room, and she told me that she was the devil's agent and she had been sent with a mission to make sure that when people are in church, they do not concentrate, just in case if it is the day that God is going to send a revelation to them, send a blessing, or just a day when God wants to speak to that person. So her job was to distract anyone that is about to receive a revelation or to receive a breakthrough in their life. So each and every Sunday morning when she would go to church, before she would go to church, she would go into that room where she would call all the satanic forces to come and possess her, so that when she is in church, the moment that she starts to pray, then the people in church will start to feel sleepy. Some other people will start to think about the problems that they will be facing in their lives. Even when an angel of the Lord will bring a revelation from God, they will miss that revelation because they will be focusing on other worldly problems instead on focusing on God, and thereby losing a revelation that God would want to send to them. So this woman then taught me everything about Satanism. We would do the same thing together. We would pray to the devil, and then the devil would send his demons so that they can possess us. I was chosen to be a satanic agent simply because I had a very good voice, and I was given a ring. This ring that was given to me, I still have it to this very day. So I am a married woman. I have money. I am the one who married my husband because he came from a very poor background. I specifically chose a man that I knew came from a very poor background so that I can control him. He knows that I do have my own office, and in this office he does not even know what happens. He does not even have the authority to ask me what I do in my office. When my husband is not at work, I bring in boyfriends. These boyfriends, I sleep with them because this is a way of using men in my rituals. And I just want people to know that when you go to church, sometimes on that day, that is the day when you are supposed to meet up with the angel of the Lord, but simply because you'll be focusing on your worldly problems, then maybe God's grace won't be able to locate you on that day. When I will be singing in church, I won't be singing to God, but I will be singing to the demons so that they can come and take over in the church. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Let us try to speak with our dear sister in the comment section. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. The message that she sent to me, she said, I do not want you to read this message during the weekdays. I want you to read it on a Sunday so that people, when they go to church, they understand, so that they can understand that they are headed for a spiritual warfare. She even said that if you are a married couple and then you fight, but before you go to church, make sure that you apologize to each other. You can come back and you can finish off where you started. But when you are going to church, she said, make sure that you speak with each other. You sit down and you talk to each other and you apologize to each other, so that when you go to church, God can be able to locate you. And if you go to church being angry at each other, you might end up missing an angel that would have been sent by God from heaven. Let us try to speak with our dear sister in the comment section. Then there is another message that was sent to me by our brother. The message reads like this: hello, Brother Nash, how are you? Can you please post my own story that I have for you? This is a story that my wife does not even know. I don't know why I have decided to share my story with you. So this happened before my friend got arrested. I want people to be careful of their friends, especially if your friend manipulates you because they have more money than you have. This is how I was manipulated by my own friend. So I had this other friend of mine. He had came to South Africa a very long time, and when he came to South Africa, he got married to this other South African woman, but theirs was a marriage out of convenience. He wanted a South African ID and she wanted a man that was going to take care of her. So they reached an agreement that they were going to get married, and after some years then they were going to get a divorce, because the man was married back home, so that the wife can also be able to come to South Africa. So this woman, eventually she fell in love, because the man, he had so many businesses and he had so much money. When she fell in love, she refused to have a divorce with the man. She then said, I understand that you already had a wife when you met me. How about you do Istanbul? How about you have 2 wives? I am willing to become your second wife, even though on paper I am only your wife, because I'm in love with you and we have a child already. So the man was unwilling to have Istanbul. He did not want to have 2 wives. He wanted to be with his Zimbabwean wife. Then they just had a divorce. And after they had a divorce, instead of letting that woman go, this woman, she was very beautiful. Whenever she had a boyfriend, he would go and fight with that boyfriend, saying that this is my wife. And the woman then said, okay, it's fine. You do not want to have 2 wives. How about you give me time? You spend 1 week with me. You spend 1 week with your wife. I really do not mind. But she started sleeping with the woman's cousin sister. And when she found out, she was angry and she started dating. And one day he went to his place. When he went to his place, and then they started fighting because he was jealous of her. He did not want another man to touch her, but still he did not want to be with her at all the times. As they were fighting, that was when the woman grabbed a knife, and as she was holding the knife, that was when he pushed her to the ground and she fell down to the ground. And after she had fallen to the ground, then he realized that she had stabbed herself to death. He panicked and he thought of calling the ambulance, but because she was already dead, he was scared of getting arrested. He then took the body of that South African woman and put the body in the boot of his car. After he had put the body in the boot of his car, he drove back to his place. He climbed into the ceiling with the body, and he did not know what else to do but to leave it in the ceiling. He then called me and he said that he wanted to give me a piece job. I then went to his place and I saw that there were some clothes. These clothes, Brother Nashim, the clothes, they were in a small bucket, and he said that he wanted me to wash those clothes. So I did as he had instructed me to do. I did not know that in the ceiling there was a woman that was there, and this woman, he was the one that had killed her. I then returned back home. Later on, we received a phone call, and this phone call was from the wife, who was informing us that he had killed the ex-wife, and the police were already there. They had already collected him. Brother Nashi, I was so shocked by what I heard. And then when we got there, me and my wife, we saw that the police and the forensic were there. I did not tell anyone that the man had made me to wash some clothes that were full of blood. At that time, he was already collected by the police. So this is what happened. To this very day, my wife has no idea that I touched the blood of that woman who was killed by my friend. People, they need to be very careful out there, because there are people that will be your friends and they'll be wealthy, but they will manipulate you. This man, before we had left his yard, he did something that was really strange. When I got into the car, after he had given me the 40K that I had been trying to borrow from him for a very long time, he then said, take some soil. But I refused, and I did not understand what he wanted me to do with the soil. So he took the soil and he said, get into the car, but put your feet outside. And then I did as he had instructed me to do. And then that was when he took the soil and he started to sprinkle the soil on my shoes. And he said, now you can drive back home. That is what he did to me. I don't know why he did all of those things to me, but this is what happened. My wife does not even know. This man, he used to control me. There were days when he would even tell me to beat up my wife because my wife was being disrespectful to me, and I will beat up my wife simply because I just wanted to impress my friend. Yo, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear brother. Let us try to speak with our brother in the comment section. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. Then there is another message that was sent to me by our brother. The narration of that message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I want to tell you of the day when I had a spiritual encounter and I stopped being bright in school. I was born in a poor family in the village. Then there was this other auntie of mine who was very wealthy. My auntie, she was married to my father's elder brother. They were very wealthy. They took me from the village. When I was in Form 1, I was made the prefect, the vice head boy at our school because of the way that I was really bright in school. And they brought me to Harare. They said that they wanted me to go to a private school. So one day when I was busy watching TV, I used to love to watch TV until late, watching some movies. So I then fell fast asleep on the sofa. So the way that I was sleeping and I was facing the sliding door, and there was no curtain on that sliding door, so I could see everything that was happening. And I was sleeping my head against the front door. When you were coming from the kitchen, you would use that door. So I just went to sleep whilst watching a movie. When I woke up, it was really late. I then looked outside. What drew my attention was this other bird that was sitting on this other big mango tree. So this owl, it was just looking at me. I kept on looking at that owl, and then I saw that it became big and big and big. And all of a sudden, this owl, it was standing right against the sliding door, looking at me. Brother Nashi, when I woke up, because I really wanted to see what was going on, that was when I felt something scratching me. I looked behind and I saw that there was this other small creature that was tiny, that had big hands with long fingers, and it was using those fingers to scratch me. And when I wanted to scream, all of a sudden, that was when I saw my auntie. She came out of the garage, because when you were in the living room, you could go straight into the garage where they parked their many cars. She then said, "Shut up. What are you trying to do? Do you know how late it is? You want to scream in my house? Shut up. Take your blankets and go to bed." And that was the day, Brother Nashim, when I stopped being bright in school. I was very bright. There were sponsors that wanted to sponsor me after I would have written my O-level exams, but I failed everything in high school. But they had their own child who used to be in the special needs class, but they ended up passing their exams in a way that no one could even understand. My future was lost the day that I had a spiritual encounter. To this very day, I keep on thinking about it. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear brother. Let us try to speak with our dear brother in the comment section. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Ya ne